Let's discuss some common examples of resonance. You must have observed that sometimes when a vehicle is driven, then the piston of the engine, which makes to and fro motion, it has a particular frequency of its sound due to a particular speed of the vehicle. And while driving or while driving a vehicle or a machine, sometimes what happens that the sound of the engine which is there, which is running, it gives its forced vibrations to all the parts of that vehicle. And if a vehicle is having its natural frequency, if a part of the vehicle is having its natural frequency same as that of the frequency of the piston's sound, then that particular part starts vibrating vigorously at a particular speed of the vehicle, and that is due to the resonance, because both the frequencies becomes exactly equal. And at resonance, because the things vibrate with the increased amplitude, so a particular sound, rattling sound, is produced. And what if you want to reduce that sound or to remove that sound, then you have to change the speed of that vehicle, because by changing the speed, the engine's sound will change and the resonance conditions will be disturbed. Similarly, other common example is the resonance in a bridge. Whenever an army troop crosses a suspension bridge is a bridge which is hanging bridge, like in hilly areas, then the soldiers are asked to break their steps. Break their steps means they are always marching, but while crossing a bridge they are asked to stop marching, because marching has got a particular rhythm. They are like marching sound is like left right left right. That sound is having a particular frequency, a particular rhythm. Now if by chance that frequency match with the natural frequency of that hanging bridge, then the bridge will come into resonance condition and it will start vibrating with an increased large amplitude, and due to resonance it may even collapse because of those vibrations. Then in case of radio or TV receivers, whenever we tune our radio sets or our TV sets, what we are doing, actually we are wearing some electronic components inside the particular radio, like those components are inductance of the coil or the capacitance of the coil. So by doing so, the capacity and inductance, when it changes, actually that change the frequency of the vibrations which are produced inside the TV set or inside the radio set. Now because in air, whenever a radio or TV is tuned, it catches the signal from air, and in air signals of a particular frequency is matched. Whenever it is matched with your radio or TV set's frequency, then only you can listen that particular channel, because there are so many frequency signals are coming in air, and you want your TV or radio to be set at a particular channel. So by rotating the knobs of your TV or switching into the channels, what you actually do, you change the frequency of the electronic vibrations produced by your TV or radio. And whenever your TV radio's frequency matches with the signal's frequency, and that at that moment resonance takes place, and due to matching of frequency and the signal is amplified, and that can be viewed or that can be heard. The last topic in our books is now characteristics. Now what characteristics? Earlier we have done these characteristics which were measurable, and measurable characters are called objective characters, like amplitude, frequency, time period, velocity of the wave, and lambda, that is the wavelength. Today we are going to do the subjective characters which vary from person to person, like loudness. Loudness is that character by which you can distinguish between a soft note or a loud note. Pitch means shrill note or a flat note. Quality means quality is different. Quality is something which depends upon a particular wave's shape. So quality or timbre. These three characters we will study one by one. Loudness, it is a characteristic by virtue of which sound which is loud can be distinguished from a faint sound. It depends upon the intensity or the energy of the sound waves. Now, what is intensity? Intensity is actually the amount of sound energy passing per second normally through a unit area at that point. So, more intense the sound, more will be the energetic sound, more will be the loud sound. So in case of waveform, you can distinguish between two sound waves if their amplitudes are different. More amplitude means loud sound, less amplitude means it is not that much loud, it may be faint or it may be soft sound. Next are the factors on which sound loudness depends. Number one is amplitude. So more the amplitude, more will be the loudness, because it is directly proportional to the square of the amplitude. What? Intensity or energy, it is directly proportional to the square of the amplitude, and amplitude is related with loudness, so is the energy. So more the amplitude means more energetic sound is, and more will be the loudness. Square of distance, it depends upon very inversely related to the square of the distance from the source. So if you are away from the source of sound, the sound will be feeble because it will be less loud. And if you are near, close to the sound source, it will be louder, means more loudness. Then surface area. If more surface area is vibrating, obviously louder sound will be heard. So at resonance or in case of forced vibrations like tuning fork kept on a tabletop, or in a case of a school bells or temples, if it is made of a big size, then more vibrating surface area will be there. That's why loud sound is heard. Fourth factor is density. More is the density, more will be the loudness.